Nama saya Muhammad Shah bin Awaluddin. Ni hao ma. Kongsi facai. Ada lagi ke? Okey, saya bersama isteri saya, Puan Washimah Sulaiman kat belakang sana adalah pengasas Persatuan Sokongan Kanser Kanak-Kanak PPUKM atau dikenali sebagai CAKNA. Tapi pada hari ini saya berdiri di depan ni diberi peluang oleh NCSM untuk memperkenalkan gabungan Persatuan Sokongan Kanser Kanak-Kanak Malaysia, ya, ataupun dalam bahasa Inggerisnya kami pendekkan kepada Childhood Cancer Malaysia. Alright. Baru saja daftar gabungan ini pada tahun lepas, ya. Buat masa ini kami ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persatuan yang telah berdaftar, ya. So actually CCM adalah satu gabungan kebangsaan yang mengkhusus untuk persatuan-persatuan yang memberi sokongan kepada pesakit kanser kanak-kanak sahaja. Jadi maknanya kami adalah satu gabungan yang fokus kepada childhood cancer. Ya, jadi kalau ada pertubuhan yang daripada kanser yang dewasa, kami tidak dapat bersamalah. Ya, cuma dalam program macam ni kita akan bersama. Alright. So pada masa ni kita ada 6 pertubuhan ni, termasuk yang dari Sarawak, ya, daripada Kelantan, Hospital USM, kita ada dari Utara, kita ada daripada Terengganu, dan juga of course National Cancer Society, which has always been very supportive, ya. Untuk pengetahuan, National Cancer Society juga mempunyai inisiatif, telah pun juga menubuhkan satu alliance ataupun perikatan, ya, persatuan-persatuan kanser kanak-kanak yang lebih loose, ya, yang tidak mempunyai membership. CCM ni dia ada membership, dia ada yuran tahunan, ya, tetapi kalau gabungan ataupun alliance yang ditubuhkan NCSM tu dia terbuka, ya, loose alliance, dan we welcome this initiative sebab tak semua persatuan dia bersedia untuk mendaftar sebagai ahli gabungan. Sebab mungkin ada banyak sebab, antaranya pada saya mungkin sebab pertamanya what can we get apa yang kami boleh dapat kalau kami join gabungan, macam tu. Yang keduanya probably like we do not want to be dictated by somebody else, you know. So you know, like I think most of us here are working in NGO voluntarily or as a staff, so sometimes this kind of apprehensions exist. So it's fine. Yeah, CCM will forge forward to actually what they call it, demonstrate the benefit of working together. Yeah, dan inisiatif yang telah pun dimulakan oleh Kementerian Kesihatan dan NCSM juga sekarang ini untuk menggabungkan semua NGO yang berkaitan dengan kanser adalah something yang sangat selari dengan apa yang kami aspirasikan. Okay, our vision, a Malaysia where children with cancer have access to the best available treatment and care. Yeah, so fokus, ya, juga kepada kanak-kanak. So kita punya misi, ya, kita boleh baca kat situ, ialah supaya kita jadi united voice. Saya selalu bila actually CCM ni ambil masa 5 tahun untuk kami tubuhkan. Sebab pada ketika 2018 ketika tu diwar-warkan idea ini, orang rasa apprehensive. So saya dan juga beberapa rakan kami terpaksa round satu Malaysia, jumpa kawan-kawan di hospital-hospital lain, ya, apa yang kami nak share. Ya, sebenarnya kita tidak ingin untuk mendiktate ataupun untuk menentukan apa hala tuju sesuatu persatuan. Ya. In fact, CCM dia bukannya satu gabungan yang mempunyai ahli individu. So all the services are actually being provided by our members organisation. Yeah, alright. So kami ada ahli jawatan kuasa seperti juga persatuan-persatuan yang lain daripada seluruh negara, termasuk Dr. Murali juga adalah ahli jawatan kuasa kami. Okey, teruskan. Dan yang menariknya untuk CCM, penasihat untuk CCM ni ialah saudara Rodney Wong yang merupakan Presiden Childhood Cancer International, CCI, yang merupakan satu gabungan persatuan kanser kanak-kanak seluruh dunia yang mempunyai ahli lebih daripada 200 persatuan di seluruh dunia. Jadi dia merupakan satu gabungan yang mantap yang kami rasa akan memberi banyak faedah kepada komuniti kanser kanak-kanak di Malaysia. Apakah gaps seperti juga persatuan-persatuan lain apa yang kita lalui, cuma bezanya yang saya nampak ialah kalau kanser kanak-kanak ini, pesakit itu semasa terutama yang sangat kecil, mereka doesn't really have the voice nak cakap. Jadi mak bapak yang cakap, the parents are the one who actually have to say. But in terms of the suffering, it's not only the child. The parents also suffer, and we also have like what they call that discovered even through my own family that the siblings are also suffering or were also suffering during the process of the treatment and the survivorship of the sick child. Jadi cabaran kita multifaceted juga. Jadi antara yang terpenting yang saya nak sebut kat sini yang merupakan gap ialah pertamanya ialah kanak-kanak yang akan mempunyai survivorship yang lebih lama. Like say a child is being diagnosed with cancer at the age of 1 year old or 2 years old or 3 years old. Okay, and then dia survive and insyaAllah dia boleh hidup maybe sama macam orang lain. Of course with the modern care and all that, insyaAllah boleh. Dan memang terbukti pun kami menjumpai pesakit kanak-kanak yang dirawat 30 tahun dahulu sekarang dah jadi ada PhD, ada profession yang bagus dan sebagainya, ada keluarga, tetapi pada masa yang sama, at the same time there are patients who actually become disabled, jadi OKU. Yang simple je, kalau kanser mata, they remove the eyes. One eye, okay lah. Okay, mean like at least you can see. But both eyes, we have patients who has been removed. Tak ada mata dah. Mata tu tak ada. You know, some blind people, the blind people, some of them they still can see a bit. You know, previously I thought like, oh, orang buta tak nampak langsung. But as I got to know them, actually, some of the blind actually can still see. That's why our Paralympic cyclists, they still can cycle the bicycle, even though they are categorized as blind, partial blind. Tapi kalau yang macam kita panggil kanser mata, retinoblastoma, dia akan, especially yang bilateral, dua-dua mata akan dibuang, langsung tak nampak dah. So immediately they become an OKU, right? Brain tumor survivors, And the worst thing now that we have found that we have discovered that even those with leukemia or other type of cancer that underwent a long treatment during their young age, probably, we don't have the evidence yet, but probably due to the regime of the treatment, including, multiple sessions of under the anesthetist, dibius begitu banyak kali, they have become slow learner. They have no problem with their physical, but they become slow learner. So this is one of the gap that we think that all of us in the childhood cancer support group need to work on, to support those survivors that face a long life with disabilities. Yang kedua, very simple, insurance coverage. I know, we all know that cancer patient, they don't give you medical policy anymore. Medical card, tak ada. But for a child who has been diagnosed with cancer at the age of 5 years old, after 5 years old, in remission and is survived, and the next 10, 20 years, they are as healthy as anyone else, but because he or she was once a cancer patient, the insurance industry doesn't want to take the risk. Doesn't want to. So this is some of the challenges lah. Let me see. Right? So this is the key objective. Yes, I think I think it's about the same with everyone else. Okay. So I think that's it. I always say to our colleagues, our comrades, we said that kenapa nak rebut-rebut? Why do you want to compete in charity work? Why you want to compete? When I said even the government cannot support everyone, how can we as one organization can support everybody? Oh, ini saya saja boleh buat. So Alhamdulillah, I'm very, very happy, very grateful that all of us now are coming together. Let us show that we can lead the way by having better collaboration. And with the new Ministry of Health initiative, I think this is a wonderful period of time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Any question? Yes, Dr. Razak.
Your definition for pediatric
normally the patients are below 18, but as long as they are under the care of pediatric oncologists. Because sometimes there are even a child who's 15 years old, but I think they are being treated by adult oncologists. Certain type of cancer. But
I am a pediatric orthopedic doctor, and I do treat patients with bone and soft tissue tumor. What should I say if, let's say, not introduced to this group? How should I promote the parents or the patients to your group?
They can get in touch with us, but we will normally channel them to the our members organization that will actually handle the patients. So we have, like, for example, my wife, Puan Shima, she's the chairman of CHATNA. CHATNA is focusing on patient getting treatment in HUKM. HUKM only.
So I will provide them with your members organization, and the parent will choose which one that they will.
Also depend on their the centers, their treatment centers, because like for childhood cancer, there's only 10 government hospitals that provide this service. Even our National Cancer Institute doesn't have pediatric oncologists. And I think for Sunway Hospital and SGMC only have pediatric cancer. So either geographical, if they're from Sarawak, we will refer them to the Sarawak Children Cancer Society. Terengganu they have, Sabah they have, and all that. Thanks, Dr. Razak. Lain-lain ada? One.
Just wondering, do Malaysia have a website or accident? Because we have so many NGOs here to support different kind of cancer. Even some NGO doctor also don't know. What about patient? So do we have a website that provide all? Okay, you are orthopedic, and then orthopedic we are children. If the children are this age, this cancer, you can refer to this NGO to get support. It's like a summary. One-stop center. One-stop center.
Doctor, like this one for this one for patient.
Okay, from my understanding, others can share. There is none yet, but from my discussion with Dr. Roslyn from KKM, who's in charge of the NCD, he wants to set up a registry for NGOs working for cancer. So we will later on register, every organization can register. Then I think from there we can develop what you have suggested. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's something that we wish that it will be there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, terima kasih.